So yeah, I just want to say I have a question. In our family, we kind of have like a four plate. I have three children myself. One boy, one girl. The older one, they are very close age, and then we also have a toddler, which is kind of like 6 years like younger than the
Mhm.
brother and sister. So in our situation is like every time we try to play, it seems that everybody has their own preference, and it's really hard to make them like all
Yes.
together. Even I
Yeah.
wish the gender like difference, they
Yeah.
have their own preference, and also the toddler, it's hard to mix in,
Yeah.
right? So in that kind of situation, would you recommend we still try to play as a group, or maybe I share
Yeah.
maybe more one-on-one time?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a hard situation. I would say both. I think that children benefit from one-on-one time. That was what I promised to get to later, which was special time. Special time is when you set a timer for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or an hour, whatever you have, and you're one-on-one with one child, whatever the child wants to do, as long as it's not too expensive or too dangerous. And you follow that child's lead. And then they don't have to negotiate the other children. They don't have to find something that everybody wants to do. They don't annoy each other. You have that one-on-one time. You do it whether you have one child or 3 or 12, however many children you have, as often as you can figure it out. So once a week, once a day, once a month, however much you can do it, you do the one-on-one. But I think you don't give up on the group play, all of them together. I was talking about taking a problem and bringing it into the play zone. And another way to say that is you take the creative energy of play and you bring it to the problem. So you could see it either way. You bring the problem to the play zone, or you bring the creative energy of play to the problem. So how do you do that in this situation? You might say to the 3 kids, hey, I've noticed that whenever it's playtime, there's always big fights about what to play. And you like this kind of game and you like that kind of game, and you just want to get in everybody's way because you're a toddler, and it ends up fighting and it ends up crying and ends up everybody unhappy. And has anybody else noticed that, or is it just me? So you say it with a big smile, and I call this the you're not in trouble smile. Because normally when we point out a problem, we're not smiling and the kids are in trouble and they're defensive and they don't want to get punished or yelled at. So you start with a you're not in trouble smile, and you name the problem. It's like, hey, whatever it is, I've noticed we have a big fight every time it's time to go to bed. I've noticed it's a big argument every time it's time to come home from the playground. I've noticed that studying has turned into a family nightmare. Have you noticed that? So you just say that. I've noticed it. Have you noticed it? And then you could say, let's play the nobody can agree on what to play game. Hey, I have this funny trick, and it's you take whatever the kids are doing and you name it as a game. Let's play the I'm not going to bed game. Let's play the I'm going to be mean to my sister game. Now, when you name it a game and you say it like that, it changes the whole energy of it. It takes something that was serious and tight and knotted up and tense and adds this lighthearted energy to it. Okay, it's the we can't agree on what to play a game. It's the we always start a game and it ends up with a big fight. Let's play that. Okay, who wants to start? And then it's so different, It's like if siblings fight, usually it just gets parents so upset, right? Especially if you as the parent were an only child and you've never been part of this sibling fighting and you see it and you hate it. Well, how do we bring lightness to that, right? So you can just say to them, hey, could you two have a fight? I only ever see the end of the fight. I never see the beginning of the fight. I only see the end when somebody's crying and you come running to mommy. I want to see the beginning of the fight. And you watch them, and it's so different because you've invited it. You've changed the energy. Okay. If you think about like martial arts, like especially judo, jujitsu, you don't go head on against somebody's energy, right? Somebody comes at you and you pull them further, right? You use their energy instead of fighting against it. And so instead of fighting against the child's energy or the family energy, you use it, you transform it. Okay. So you play a game about this problem that you're having. And the problem in your house is that the kids can't agree on what to play, or they can't play together because they have such different ideas on how to play. So you play a game about that. Okay. If the problem is brushing teeth and getting ready for bed, then it's, hey, let's play a game about brushing teeth and getting ready for bed. You don't want to do this at bedtime because you're too tired at bedtime, and the kids aren't. You don't want to have a long play at bedtime, but you do this earlier in the day. You do this on Saturday afternoon. If you're not at a parents' workshop, you're playing with your kids, and you say, "Hey, tonight we're going to have a big fight like we do every night about getting ready for bed. Let's have the fight now. It's the middle of the afternoon. We'll have more energy. It'll be a much better fight." Now your children are going to laugh. I think you're so funny to say this. Like, it's so different than what you usually say. So you could say, well, let's play a game. Maybe this time you want to put me to bed. Maybe you want to be the mommy, you want to be the baba, and you want to put me to bed and make me brush my teeth. And so you turn those roles around. We call it role reversal play. The child is now in the more powerful role, but it's okay because it's play, right? In life, you're in the more powerful role, but in play, they can be in the more powerful role. And they can say, brush your teeth, go to bed. You have to be brave when you do this game, because your children will show you all the things that you said that maybe were not your best moments, right? Or maybe they will be their fantasy parent, right? Maybe they'll say, oh, you don't have to go to bed. You can stay up all night. You don't have to brush your teeth. Because whatever they say when they're playing the game and they're pretending is great, and you just follow along. You don't turn it into a teaching moment. The same as I said with the truck. You don't have to turn this game into a teaching moment about how to do it right. You're not going to be the perfect child who goes to bed and says, yes, yes, thank you, ma'am, and I'm going to go to bed right now, and I'm going to brush my teeth real good. Unless it's funny. If you can do that in an exaggerated way that makes the kids laugh, then do that. But don't do it to teach them. They already know the right thing to do. The reason why are they not doing what they know? It's because they need more play, they need more connection, they need more laughter in their life.